supermarket petrol price war has kicked off, with Britain's biggest stores slashing the cost of their fuel. Good news for beleaguered motorists who just last month looked likely to be hit with record high fuel prices. The price war kicked off when Asda and Tesco cut their rates. Asda dropped its cost by 2 pence per litre, making the maximum possible cost for unleaded at any forecourt in the country 130.7 pence per litre, and for diesel 134.7 pence per litre. Tesco initially shaved 1 pence off its prices and then took a further 2 pence maximum off at the start of last week. Morrisons also joined in the battle, dropping prices by 2 pence per litre. When asked why they were cutting prices, both Tesco and Asda said that it was in line with their commitment to leading the way in reducing fuel costs wherever possible, while Morrisons issued lovemoney.com with a statement saying,
"Our decision to drop our petrol prices is a response to the lowering of the wholesale costs and a desire to pass the savings on to our customers as quickly as possible."
But this is where many independent petrol stations differ in opinion from supermarkets like Morrisons, as they claim that wholesale costs are actually being kept high by oil traders and financial speculators. And the real reason why supermarkets can offer such low-priced petrol is actually because they make very little profit off it, and instead use it to pull customers into their stores. But whatever the reason for these recent price dips, it's undeniable that cheaper petrol anywhere will always be good news for motorists. But the real question on everyone's lips is whether this supermarket price battle, along with the cheap price of oil at the moment, will translate across the market and bring general prices down. But a change is really needed here in government if this is to happen and petrol prices are to drop substantially, as while material costs do influence what we pay at the pump, a majority of the price makeup comes straight from centrally levied tax. So with this in mind, what are the chances of this supermarket price battle spilling over and across into the general market?
Well, I think there's practically no possibility of prices coming down to what I would regard as a reasonable level. I think they need to fall by 25p to 30p a litre in the longer term. The war between the supermarkets is actually a bit of a mirage because they're trying to tempt customers in, understandably, and I suspect that many of them are possibly selling it as a loss leader. The fundamental issue here is that the tax on the fuel is astronomically high. That's the real problem. And the second problem is that speculators are making billions of dollars out of gambling whether oil prices are going to go up a bit or down a bit. And the people that are suffering at the end of the chain are the hard-pressed motorists and the businesses of Britain. It's totally unacceptable.
So what's the most effective way to tackle these high prices? What can people do about it?
The most important thing by far is to challenge the government to reduce fuel taxes. They take about 80p for every litre that a motorist or a business buys. That's a staggering amount of money. So I say to everybody this simple message: if you do nothing else, do this. Get on the fairfueluk.com website and click the link to the new petition on the government's own website, which will put pressure on the politicians to get petrol and diesel prices down. The second thing that needs to be done is to launch an inquiry into who's making the money. When oil goes up, petrol and diesel prices at the pump go up almost instantly. When oil prices go down, and let's remember towards the middle of August as we are now, they've gone down by something like 18% in the last few weeks, the petrol and pump prices don't seem to go down. So either someone's holding on to that money, or there's some other process at work which we don't understand.
And it's this lack of understanding into the financial processes that take oil from the ground and turn it into petrol for your tank that really drives motorists to despair when it comes to high fuel costs. Yes, these supermarket price drops are a good start, but if the root problems that keep petrol costs high cannot be tackled, and tackled soon, motorists could be paying over the odds at the pump for a good deal longer.